Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. So in the last class, we have discussed about structure. So all of you completed assignment 1?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now, this week, we're going to start class and object. Okay. So, anyone please tell me what is a class and object? What are the header file you need to include? Anyone? Class and object complete or not in your theories?
In theories, we are just have completed inline, static, and non-static part.
Inline function?
Inline, non-inline, and static and non-static.
Okay. So that means class and object not yet started?
No, sir.
It's classes and object is started and yeah, sir already practiced one question about it.
Okay.
Number the of the
Okay,
student.
name, roll number, age, section, okay, department. So we can declare these are the data member of the student class. Okay, so first to 1 minute. So suppose we want to create a class. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first we have to create one class. Class name is student. Okay. So any class, there are some data members and behavior. Okay. So we know data members plus some member function. Okay. Data member and member function. Member function. Okay. So in a student class, there are some data members. What are the data members? We can declare
Name,
string
roll
name.
number.
Okay, we can declare string name, then roll number,
Section,
age,
age,
section, okay, section, then department name. Okay, so these are the then these are the these are the data member of any student class, and each student has some member function in this class. What are the functions? Reading or read, write. Okay, so these are the functions of any student class. Suppose we want to design a class like pen. Okay, if we want to design a class pen, what are the data members of this class pen?
So the refill, the color, the style, the brand.
These are the data members. And what are the member function?
So the quality, the efficiency, the of that pen.
Efficiency, quality, how can you measure? What is the member function? Means member function means perform some operation. What is operation? Suppose you want to declare a class of suppose any shape. Okay. Then it had some length, height, width. Okay. So these are the data members of any shape. And what are the member function? We can calculate area. Okay, we can calculate the area using length, height, and width. We can calculate the volume. So these are the member function of any class. So any class member function use the data members. Okay, any class member function use the member function. Okay, now suppose we create an object. Suppose we create an object of the shape class. Suppose we create an object. Suppose the class name is suppose length and height. Suppose rectangle. So what are the data members of any rectangle? So how do we define any rectangle?
Length, breadth.
Length, breadth, height.
Length and breadth. Okay. Length and breadth. Now, how do we calculate the area? Suppose area one of the member function of the rectangle. So how do you calculate?
And then the breadth.
Length into breadth.
Okay. So suppose this is one of the object. So this is one of the rectangle. It has some length and width. Okay. Length and breadth. Suppose this is called S1. Similarly, we can draw another rectangle. This is S2. We can draw another rectangle. This is S3. Okay. Each rectangle has one length and another one is breadth. So these are called object. Okay. These are called object. So each object holds the properties of any class. Okay. So what are the properties of S1? S2 properties, S3 properties are same, but the values are different. The length and width of this S1, length and breadth of S2, length and breadth of S3, all are different. The values are different, but the properties are same. Okay. Similarly, suppose if we declare a class like dog. Okay. What are the properties of dog? What are the data members of dog? How do you represent that it is a dog? How do you represent? Suppose you have seen one picture. How do you know it is a dog? It is not a horse. How do you know it is a dog?
Seeing shape and size.
Okay. So shape, size.
The
Okay.
barking, the
So
style of.
barking is one of the property member function. Okay. Barking, one of the member function of dog class. Okay. Now, if we see any dog, then that is the object from the dog class. Suppose we are student. Okay. So we have name, roll number, age. So any student class, it has some name, roll number, age, section, okay, department name. So these are the data members of any student. But suppose Amit, okay, Amit is a student. So Amit, it is an object of the student class. Okay, so Amit object holds all the properties from student class. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Suppose here we declare a class my class. So when we declare a class, we need to use this keyword class. Now here we declare two variable my name and my name and my string. So these are all
The data members.
data member, and this is public. Okay, so there are different type of access specifier like public, private, default, protected. So we'll discuss later. So now we make it as a public. Okay, what is the meaning of public? Means this data member we can access outside this class. Okay, outside this class we can access these data members. Okay, so my name is one of the attributes. We can say data members or attributes. My string also another attributes. Okay, here we store any integer type of value. Here we can store any string type of value. Suppose here we can store your roll number. Here we can store your name, and we can create the class name, suppose student. Similarly, here the class name is my class, and in this class we have declared two data members, two attributes, my name and my string. My name is integer type, my string is string type. Okay, and we make these two data members or attributes is public. Okay, attributes are public. That means outside this class we can access easily this variable. Okay, we can access this variable easily. Now within the main function we create an object of this class. We create an object of this class. Okay, now how do we access, okay, how do we access this variable and this variable? Using dot operator. Okay, using dot operator. So we have my class. My class is our class name. Now we create an object, suppose obj1. We declare another object. This object name is obj2. This my class, it has two data members or variables or behavior. These are called my name, which is integer type, and my string, which is string type. Okay, that means it can, here we can store any collection of character, and here we can store any integer value. Now we create an object 1 and object 2 of this class, my class. We create an object of this class, my class, object 1 and my object 2. So when we create an object of class 1 and class 2, that means object 1, it can access this variable. It has variable my name and my string. If you want to store the value, so how can you store the object name obj1 dot my name? Okay, here you can assign a value, suppose 100. Here also obj2 dot mynum equals to 200. Okay, so obj1 it is an object, obj2 this is also an object. These two object from my class. Okay, this is the two object of my class. Now obj1 dot mynum. So how can we access the data members? How can we assign the value or how can we print the value? So object name we use dot operator. So obj1 dot mynum equals to 100, obj2 dot mynum equals to 200. Suppose within a student class. So student class, there is a, we can write, we can create a class. Suppose student, and in this class we can create an data member. Suppose string name. And we can create object of the student class. Suppose student class object we can create s1 and s2. So s1 s2 these are two object of the student class. So s1 very object also hold this name data member, s2 also hold this name. So this is our s1 object, this is our s2 object. S1 object is a class, it is an object of student class, so it has also some name. Here also it also contain name. So here you assign a name, suppose Amit. Okay, here we assign a name, suppose Rupita. Okay, you can assign two name. So S1 it is an object, S2 also an object, S1, so S1 object holds this behavior name and this attributes name, S2 also object which holds this attributes name, but the values are different. So how to assign the value into an object? S1 means object name dot attributes name. What is the attributes name? Name equals to Amit. Okay, so similarly in this example you can see the this one. Okay, the object name is my object, dot operator, we have used dot operator, then the attributes name. What is the attributes name? My num. We assign the value 15. Now my object also contain another attributes which is my string. So any object contain all the attributes from its class. Okay, so my object dot my string, we assign value some text. Now if you want to print the value, you know how to print. Object name dot my name, object name dot my string, like your structure. Okay, the variable name dot data member. Similarly here the variable the object name dot the data member name or attributes name. Similarly here variable name object name dot data member name, and we print the value. Okay, any doubt? Suppose we create another object, my obj2. So how to assign the value? Tell me.
My obj2 dot my num.
My obj2 dot any variable data member name or attributes name. Suppose my num equals to assign the value 20. Similarly, my obj2 dot this next attributes my string. Here we assign a value, suppose kit. Okay. How do we print the value? Cout. Here you need not to specify any specifier. Okay, access specifier. That object name dot the attributes name. What is the object name? My obj dot this.
My obj2 dot my name.
Oh, sorry, yes, my obj 2 dot my name. Okay. Cout dot okay. Here was not required. Okay. So execute this program and see what is the result. I've pasted in your chat box. Please execute this one.
Visible?
Yes. It's been cleared. Is there any error in code?
No,
No,
sir.
now it's
No,
working for
sir,
me.
it's printing.
Actually, I didn't copy it properly
Okay,
due to
okay.
which it's
So should I stop sharing?
So, okay, you can declare a method either within the class or outside the class. Okay, we can write this method here. You can write any method. Suppose within the class we can write any method. Okay, suppose method name is suppose void. Sorry. Write down this method void print or void display. Okay, void display, and here we print the name and just write this two code here. Okay, so display method prints this number string. Okay, so here we write we have to call any method dot method name. Next dot obj2 dot display. Okay, later here we print any other value, we will pass this value later. Just we print here. Suppose you need to here print here, suppose hello. Okay, now check. The remaining code is same, just we need to call these two. You can call after this code also. We just using this object we call display method. Okay, so declare one method display within this my class, and in the this display method print hello message. Okay, so how to call this method? So object name dot method name. Okay. Execute. Okay, because why printing two times hello hello? Anyone?
Because the
Because we
display
call two
function is
times.
called
Yes,
two times.
Two times
function
display is
print-
called.
Yes, display function used to print hello. So using this object my obj, we call first time, so that we print hello. Again, when we call display method using this another object obj2, it is also print hello. Okay, so that's why it's print hello hello. So either we can declare any method within the class or outside the class also. How to declare outside the class? Here you can see. Here we declare the method declaration, we declare the method, but we define the class outside the class. Here we define the class inside the class. Okay, this is method definition. We write this method within the class, but here we define the class outside the class. Okay, but here we use something like this. So this is called scope resolution operator. This is called scope resolution operator. That means my method belongs to this class. Okay, and what is the return type of this class? This method, which is void. Okay, so you can see here we write just definition. Okay, function declaration. Function declaration we have written here. My method is the method name. Here you not passed any parameter, and what is the return type? Return type is void. But body of the method we have written outside the class. How? So this is the method name. Okay. Now this method belongs from this class. That's why we use here this 4:. This is called scope resolution operator, and it's return void. This method returns void. Okay, and here we print hello world, and we create an object my obj, and using this object we call my method. Is it clear to everyone? So we can define any function either inside the class or outside the class. If we declare inside the class, no problem. But if we declare outside the class, then we must ensure that this method belongs from which class. Suppose you have declared more than one class. But if you want my method belongs from my class, okay, then we need to use this scope resolution operator. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, suppose we want to design a class to display any complex number. What is a complex number? Suppose 1 plus 4i is a complex number, or 5 plus 8i. It is a complex number. Okay, so one is real part, another one is imaginary part. Okay, so we need to pass two parameters. What are the parameters we need to pass? Two value. Okay, this is one integer value and another integer value. Here we need to pass 5 and one we need to pass 8. So two value integer value we need to pass to generate one complex number. Okay. So we can write, just include has include IOStream and using namespace std. Then we declare a class complex. Okay, right? Has include IOStream, then using namespace std. Now we declare a class complex. Okay. To declare a class complex, any complex number contain two variable, we can declare public int a comma b. Okay, you can declare public int a comma b. So a and b both are two variables. Okay, integer type. Now void set number. Okay, int n1 comma int n2. So user enter two value, suppose 1 4 or 5 8. So that is, we can take this value in this variable, within this variable n1 and n2. Now we assign a equals to n1, b equals to n2. Okay, a equals to n1 and b equals to n2. Now you can declare another function to print this complex number. So you can write the print number or display anything, and here you can write cout your number is okay, sorry, int l. Okay, so your number is a plus, suppose a value is 1, b value is 4. So 1 plus 4i. Okay, so user entered two values, suppose either 1 4 or 5 8. Then it will generate the, it will print the complex number. Okay, so you have declared two variable a and b, but n1 and n2, these two variable is the local variable. This two variable works within this set number, not outside this method. Within this method, we can use this n1 and n2. The user entered two value, then we assign this value n1, n2 in this a and b. So a value is n1, b value is n2, and using this value a and b, we can generate the complex number. Okay, up to this clear? Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay.
No,
Now,
sir.
suppose we declare int main function. Now here we can write, here you need to create an object of this class. How to create an object? The first class name, complex. Okay, then we can create an object, suppose C1. Now we need to call set number function. How to call set number function? Object name dot function name, and here we need to pass two integer value 1 comma 4. Okay, now we want to print. How to print? Object name dot
Print.
print number. Okay, so C1 function method, C1 object, it holds the properties of both, means it a, b, and set number, print number. Okay, so using this object we call set number method and pass two parameter 1 4. So n1 value is 1, n2 value is 4. So a value is 1, b value is 4. So set number method set the value of a and b. So n1 value 1, n2 value 4, a value 1, b value 4. Now we call print number. So your number is 1 plus 4i. Okay. Okay, your number is 1 plus 4i. Okay, Now we create another object. Suppose we want to, so please remember here, this number represent one object. This one is another object. Okay. How can we represent this number? 5 plus 8i. So that's why we need to declare another object like C2. And now we need to set the value of this object. So C2 dot set number, we assign two value 5, 8. Now we want to display C2 dot print number. Okay. So you can see the value is 1 plus 4i, your number is 5 plus 8i. So this number represented by C1 object, this is nothing but the C2 object. And these two objects belongs from which class? Complex class. Belongs from complex class. So complex, it's a class. This class contains two variable A and B, both are integer, and two method, set number and print number. Two method. Okay. What is the task of set number method? Set number method assign the value within these two variable A and B, and print number method used to print the complex number in proper format. Now we create C1 and C2, two object of this complex class. Okay, C1 and C2 object of this complex class. That means C1 object holds these two variable A and B, set number method and print number method. C2 variable also hold these two variable A, B, set number method and print number method. Now we want to call this set number method. How do you call? We know object name dot method name, and here we pass two parameter n1, n2, so 1, 4. Now C1 dot print number. Okay, C2 dot set number. C2 object called set number method. So here we pass two value 5, 8. Then C2 dot print number. Okay, then we print the value. Any question regarding this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So here first write a program to display the message hello followed by your name on screen. Okay. Create a class which stores name, roll number and total marks. So how many data members contain this
Three.
class? 3. So
3.
create a class which store name,
3.
which is string type, roll number, it is integer type, or total marks, which is floating type for a student. So you need to create a class student, and student class contain 3 different variable, 3 different data members, name, roll number and marks, total marks, and input the data for a student and display it. So you need to declare one method like set or get value, set value, any value, any method name. Okay, within the class student, you can write a method name, suppose get data. Okay, get data. So get data function, get data method, how many parameters you need to pass within get data method?
3
One is
parameters.
name, another one is roll number, another is marks. Like here we pass 2 parameters, both are integer, but class student, it contain name, roll number and marks. So name is integer type, string type, roll number integer type, and so instead of this, here you need to write like this. Suppose instead of complex, here you need to write student. Okay, here we declare int roll number, then you can declare string name, string is small, no? Yes. and int roll number, name, and marks. Suppose float marks. Okay. Now you want to get data. Method name is get data, and here we pass suppose 3 parameters: okay, string, name, int, roll number, comma, float, marks. Or you can declare any another variable: string n, roll number r, and marks m. Okay. Now within this you need to set roll number name equals to n, roll number equals to r, and string and marks equals to m. Okay. So create a class which store name, roll number, and total marks for a student, input the data for a student, and display it. So here also, here we need to print the suppose display. We create a method display, and display method print your name, roll number, and marks. So you can define this method either within the class or outside the class, whatever you want. Modify the program to and store marks in 5 subjects. We need to declare array of string, okay, and calculate the total marks and percentage of a student and display. So to calculate the total marks, okay, you need to define another function to calculate the total marks and percentage of a student and display it. Okay. So please, I will assign this lab to
So we have to submit the assignment by next week.
no. Today you have to show the program, but you can submit the lab copy in the next day.
Yes, that only.
Yes.
Sir, can you upload the question on Classroom?
Yes, I have uploaded. Please check.
So we received it.
Okay. Attendance, please. 1. Roll number 5001.
Yes, sir.
31. Hertz.
Present, sir.
65.
65 present, sir.
260.
Present, sir.
267.
Present, sir.
322.
Present, sir.